All right, welcome to Monday. For the warm-up today, we're going to start with 2 to 3 rounds. It should take 6 to 8 minutes. Start with 30 seconds of easy single unders. If you want, you can start adding in doubles as you get into later rounds. Next movement is going to be a bodyweight Bulgarian rear foot elevated split squat. So let's talk about setup. You are going to find a bench or whatever you are elevating your foot to and put your legs against it. From there, pick your starting foot. Starting foot stays against the bench. Your opposite foot will go heel to toe. You're going to take one step out. Then your starting foot will go heel to toe, and that's where it stays planted, right there. Okay, from there, your opposite foot will go back. You will find the bench or whatever you're elevating with your foot, and you can begin your split squats. Drop that back knee down to the ground. When you want to switch feet, just bring the elevated foot to meet your front foot, and then switch which foot is elevated. Continue along with your split squat. We're going to do 5 split squats to start on each side, just to get prepped for the movement. Try to get full range of motion here while you don't have any weight. Sit down into that stretch each time. If that stretch is on your front hip or back hip, try to find a little space there as we get warmed up for this movement. Last piece of today's warm-up is going to be 10 on each side of a self-bully stretch. So you're going to put your knuckles against your back, thumb facing up, and the goal here is to pull back with your elbow and shoulder together, back and down with that shoulder. Sit into the end range of that stretch for a little bit, and then relax. This is a nice active stretch before we start push-ups or burpees or something like that. If you have something to grab, you can grab it with that hand that's against your back and use that as added leverage, but I find it fine just with my own body weight, nothing else needed. All right, 2 to 3 rounds of that warm-up, 6 to 8 minutes. Have fun.
Okay, it is week 2 of our split squat and push-up program. The goal for this program is going to be a linear progression of volume, which means we are going to stay at the same weight, but add reps to what we do each week. So last week, it was prescribed as 8 for each movement. Some people may have done a little more or less depending on their capacity and the equipment available to them. But this week, try to add anywhere from 1 to 2 reps to what you did last week. If last week you added tempo or something else to make things more challenging, do the same. And the goal is to stay moving forward, adding a couple of reps each week. So every 3 minutes, we will do 10 split squats on one leg. I like to start with my non-dominant leg. For me, that's my left leg. 10 push-ups. Again, it should be a challenging number, whatever you did last week, plus a couple. And then 10 dumbbell split squats on my other leg. I usually finish with my right leg because it feels a little easier. We will have rest, and then we will go again, and we're going to get 4 total sets of that. It should take 12 minutes. Have fun. All right, the Met is called Monster Cookies. It is a 15-minute AMRAP. Begin with 20 alternating Snatches, then 4 unders, 20 reverse burpees, and 40 more double unders. Let's get into the movement and the scaling. For the snatch, use a dumbbell, work through that set 20. Looking for most of it, if your dumbbell is a little lighter, it will be okay if you break it up a little more or a little easier. Really number a little bit, you can do that as well. Maybe do 30 snatches around. For the double unders, we can do 40 doubles, we can do 80 single unders, single skips of the rope, or do 40 lateral hops. So if you don't have a jump rope or a space to jump rope, pick something on the ground, pick a little line, laterally jump over it 40 times. For the reverse, is going to take your time with it. It's going to take some time. It involves a cycle time. Have fun with it. If you need to scale, we have some scaling options in the video. You can also maybe give you a little handhold on the way up or the way down. Worst comes to worst, if it's not working for you and you want to do regular burpees, that's fine. And we will end with another 40 double unders again. All right, fun with it.
For your dumbbell snatch warm-up, let's start with 4 to 8 on each side of just a dumbbell deadlift. Focusing on staying square, keeping your back flat, keeping your chest up. After we've completed that same thing, we're going to go 4 to 8 of a dumbbell high pull. Extend your hips forcefully, pull that elbow high to the ceiling. After you've done that, we can start switching and going into a full dumbbell snatch from the ground. Alternate hands. It's up to you whether you want to alternate on the ground or in front of your face by throwing that dumbbell from one side to the other. For the reverse burpee, you are going to sit down to a squat, roll to your back, bring your feet over your head, and then roll back, throwing your hands up to sit into a squat, jump and clap overhead. If that is challenging, it is okay to use your hands either on the way down. You can, instead of bringing your feet up, just tuck your knees, and then it is okay to use your hands on the way back up. For single unders, we are jumping off the balls of our feet, trying to push the top of our head to the ceiling, standing up nice and tall, trying to make that spin happen at our wrists with our elbows in fairly close to our body. If we're doing double unders, same idea, bigger jump. We're going to be a lot faster with our wrist, still trying to maintain that same body position, nice and tall. Again, pushing my head towards the top of the ceiling as opposed to pulling my knees up or my heels behind me.